When I reread the transcripts of all the interviews that were recorded over the years, I was astonished at the extent to which Joni and I had tried to crack something so mysterious, something that had eluded countless others, the creative process itself in all its fullness. Joni and I had tried to approach it from every possible angle that might offer a clue: childhood and adulthood, running away from home and yearning to return home, love and loss, working on the road in dives and at huge festivals, poverty and affluence, glamorous triumphs and tragic mistakes. At the end of our interviews, although the origin of the muse or how to tease her remained elusive, what became very clear is that Joni had the courage to get on that tightrope walk to keep your heart alive, to keep your art alive, to keep it vital and useful to others, to encounter and in a way be in touch with the miraculous. PBS's American Masters. Strangely, although Joni has been accorded recognition and awards of all shapes and kinds in many parts of the world, she mentions the lack of recognition accorded to her music, her songwriting, and her poetry, and she sort of denigrates many of her awards so as not to sit on her laurels and to remain humble, the stance of a true artist as she continues to lure the muse. Or so it seemed at one moment. But then she goes, "You want me to be humble, but I'm defending my right to arrogance." Joni is a different woman every year, Henry Louis, her recording engineer, explained in the '79 interview. It's like meeting a different lady every year, somebody who's grown, who's advanced, and who has something new to share with you. "I want to be a pioneer, not a traditionalist," said Joni. "It does put you kind of in no man's land. Sometimes you think, geez, look what I've done with my life. Wonder they haven't stoned me to death at this point. I'm too different in many ways. I've made myself too individuated in a time when individualism is massively discouraged." Her favorite compliment, she told me, was accorded to her by a black and blind piano player. "Joni, you make genderless, raceless music." Joni noted, "I hadn't set out to make genderless, raceless music, but I did want to make music that crossed. I never really liked lines, class lines, social structure lines, and I ignored them always." Yes, Joni is an artist who won't be slotted into any category, and she has always been going over the edge of the box, as she put it. Yet Joni maintains in her song Borderline, "All convictions grow along a borderline. All liberty is laced with borderlines." "All liberty is laced with borderlines?" I asked her during our most recent interview. "Everything," Joni replied. "If you belong, whatever you belong to has a perimeter. Me, I don't belong to much, so in a certain way I'm very free, but when I get into trouble I have no support system, no allies, no peers. But what cost liberty? In order to be free, not boxed in." And what tremendous strength to really believe in something intangible, to live with great respect for this mystery, and with an openness to invite this mystery, the muse, the creative spring. On that November night in '66, the vulnerable girl on the stage kept tuning and retuning, one guitar peg, then another, and retuning yet again and again, almost as if she knew even then that she was tuning to the key of timelessness.